Hey guys, so I wanted to do a quick video on ways that I've started to organize my home projects. I've begun to bullet journal, and it's been a really great way to make sure that I stay on task, stay on budget, know what I want to do before I start working on something, and just kind of consolidate all my ideas into one place. I hope that this is a helpful video for those of you who are constantly in DIY mode, renovation mode, a way to think about how to plan out your projects in a more efficient way. There are tons of bullet journal videos out there, trust me. I watched a ton before I decided to shoot this video, and I just kind of came to the conclusion that what I was finding wasn't really what I was looking for, so I had to make my own system. It does follow most of the same bullet journal kind of structures. It has a table of contents, a key, but going from there, I customized my own organization method that works for me. So hopefully you'll learn something from it and figure out a method that works for you.
So I chose a sketchbook because I wanted the most flexibility in constructing my journal. Here I have the table of contents broken down by rooms in my home. I organize my projects and thoughts that way the best, so you can break your chapters down based on whatever works best for you. Here in each chapter I have to-dos, new ideas, a supply list, and a project calendar. There's also some additional notes based on what I plan on doing in each room. And I leave room after most sections for expansion if needed. Here's my key and my organizational guide. I have notes over here just to remind myself of how I'm going to use those guides, being Pinterest, magazines, things like that. My key is filled with different symbols that will represent basic ideas. So to do, complete, to buy, on hand, supply list number, indoor projects, outdoor projects, a short project, a long project, inexpensive or an expensive project, and something that still needs research. I have an inspiration page for every section. That's where I store my Pinterest ideas, better homes and gardens, blogs, family handyman, things like that, that I draw my ideas from. And here's the meaty part, the organization guide. So I have each room broken down into aesthetic and functional tasks. Each of them receive a number, which tells me the priority of the project, what I need to do first, second, third, etc. Then I have a section for new ideas because you don't always know what you want to do up front. I have a supply list. Now this coordinates with my aesthetic and functional tasks. So each of those numbers represents one of the tasks. I have a project calendar here, which is broken down by month and weeks, and I will use the numbers to let me know what I'm supposed to be doing from week to week. And then my notes and overflow section. So here's an example of how it works. I have my inspiration page over here, how I've broken down my Pinterest and my Google searches and things like that. Research versus aesthetic inspiration versus how-to videos, things like that. Then over here is my aesthetic and functional column. It shows, my numbering system of what needs to be done. I have my key symbols in there, what's done, what's halfway done, what's complete. Then I have my new ideas section where I can sketch out, I want to add a kitchen island. So let me do a rough draft of what I want it to look like, get some ideas of measurements, have some place to kind of jot all that down, keep it in one place. From that, I can then construct a materials and supply list, which I will include on my supply list page, which you see over here to the right. So each of my supply list squares gets a number, which coordinates to the to-do and task aesthetic and functional list. So I have a functional supply list and a aesthetic supply list. So as you can see here, I have my numbers, which is the priority of the project, as I shared. And then if you flip back over to the supply list page, you'll see that in each square I have the list for that tasks. So number 3 was baseboard repair, which required acetone and clips. So here's my project calendar, month, weeks, and functional task number 7 and aesthetic task number 3 is my goal for week 1. I have children, so that's ambitious, but it at least gives me a starting point, shows me how to focus for the week, shows me what materials I need to buy. This is just what works for me. You can customize your journal in whatever way would work best for your home and the way your brain works, because we all are different in the way that we think and organize through tasks. So hope this helps. Like and subscribe. Thanks.